Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm fine. What is your name?
My name is Kratika Jadhwani.
And how may I refer to you today?
You can address me by my first name, Kratika.
Okay, Kratika. We'll now start your speaking session. We'll start with part 1 of your speaking session. Let's talk about school days. Alright?
Okay.
Tell me something about your secondary school.
So I have done my secondary school from my hometown only, and it is in Raipur. My school name is Ran International School, and this has many branches all over world, and that's about my school life.
Alright. Which subject did you find most difficult during your school time?
During my secondary school, I was given an opportunity to choose from subjects like maths, science and commerce. So I was very keen to learn about commerce because that wasn't something I was taught before. And in that, I faced a difficulty in account subject, which is a little bit tough for a beginner. And eventually when I started it and completed with good results, and I faced difficulty in starting because it was a new subject to me.
Alright. Do you ever need that subject now?
In today's world, yes, we need accounts in every aspect of any business, be it a small business or a huge business. So there is accounts in advanced level as well. So every organization uses Tally. So that is based on accounting. So that is the most useful thing.
Alright. Okay. What did you enjoy about being a school student?
Being a school student, we were allowed to go to school every day, and we can meet our friends for like a good handsome time of 5 to 6 hours without any scolding. So that was the best part about the school life.
Alright. Let's continue part 1 with the topic newspapers and magazines.
Okay.
Which magazines and newspapers do you read?
I oftenly I don't prefer reading newspapers, and I usually get to know about the news online now. So I have different apps in my phone like InShots and Times of India, in which I just read the headlines of what is happening around. And then going back to magazines, I am interested in fashion and lifestyle, so I just look through some magazines like Cosmopolitan and the Vogue. So
Alright. Okay. What kinds of article are you most interested in?
Articles related to lifestyle, fashion, and also business and stock market interest me.
Okay. Have you ever read a newspaper or magazine in a foreign language?
No, actually I haven't read any newspaper in foreign language because I just had read in Hindi and in English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think reading a newspaper or magazine in a foreign language is a good way to learn that particular language?
Eventually, I think we can. It is a good method to learn, but you should know the basics of any language to read a newspaper. So first, go to the basics, and then reading newspapers could help.
Okay, fine. Okay, that was end of your part 1. I'll hand you the cue card for your part 2. Okay. Kratika, this is your topic for part 2, and this is your notepad and pencil.
Thank you.
You have 1 minute to prepare for on this topic. Your time starts now. Okay, Kratika, your time is up. Please hand me back the cue card. You can have the notepad and pencil with you. You have 2 minutes to speak on this particular topic, and your time starts now.
Speaking about a restaurant in which I enjoyed having food was a Spice Club. It is in Pune, Shivaji Nagar. It is located in Shivaji Nagar, and I have been to this place 2 times. One with my friends and one when my family came there. So I told them to visit this place because I found it very extraordinary. And compared to others, it has a different concept altogether. Speaking about the concept, it has a molecular gastronomy concept in which there are fusion of Italian food and Indian food. So it made me quite curious what they offer. So I went there, and they have really very different types of food. Like if you order a pav bhaji, they have a very small paos in cubes, and the bhaji is like very presentable, and it is very Instagram worthy as well. So we went there, clicked pictures of food, and we really enjoyed everything, starting from the starters, main course, and the dessert as well. So special part about the dessert was there was a kulfi in which you can there was a liquid in that, and you can make the kulfi out of it by your own in something nitrogen thing. The main type of the food was Italian and Indian, so it was a fusion, and Indian food with a fusion is always a good option to go for. And it had many, because of the concept, I love to have there. And I liked it because that's why I went with my family as well, and made them experience the food there available is.
Alright, fine. Okay, that was end of your part 2. Please hand me back the notepad and pencil. Alright. We'll continue with part 3 of your speaking session. Let's talk about restaurants, which was your topic. My question to you is, why do you think people go to restaurants when they want to celebrate something?
Celebration is always meant to be with togetherness of your closed ones, and celebrating it, what special you can do is make them offer a party, and where you can have food and drinks and all. So that's why everyone prefers to go to a restaurant or a hotel for celebrating their day.
Alright. Which are more popular in your country? Fast food restaurants or traditional ones?
In my opinion, I think fast food restaurants are gaining much popularity in today's world as compared to the past times. In earlier decade, it was the traditional ones were having a popularity, but now I think the fast food chains and franchisees that are coming to every cities and every corner of the city, people are now tending to go there as compared to traditional ones.
Okay. What effects has modern technology had on the way food is produced?
The modern technologies, like you can now make coffees in machines, and all of the things that we can do through the machines, which were earlier done by hands, and like the coffee were made by stirring it for a long time, but now we can just put the milk, and the coffee is made out of the machine without anything. So modernization in that field is had gained already much popularity, and due to globalization, many foreign things are now coming to every city, every country.
Some people say that food in an expensive restaurant is always better than food in a cheap restaurant. Would you agree?
I don't think so, because in India, there are a lot of places, like the street food is very popular, and people always used to go to a street food rather than always spending on expensive food, because you cannot afford to have expensive food on a daily basis. And also the hygiene is maintained everywhere, despite some are there who do not do that, but there are people who are in this street food for ages, like they are been there for ages, and they maintain that hygiene. So I think both are there, but you cannot afford to have it every time in an expensive restaurant.
Okay. Let's talk about producing food. Do you think there will be a greater choice of food available in shops in the future, or will there be less choice?
I think with the time coming, there are many different options given to every person, and like even if you go to a small general store, you get so many options that you get confused as to what brand you should prefer and what not. So I think in the coming years as well, there will be a lot of options given to the customer, and the consumer ultimately needs to make a choice on that.
All right. How important is it for a country to be able to grow all the food it needs without importing any from the other countries?
Can you please repeat that?
Sure. How important is it for a country to be able to grow all the food it needs rather than importing it from any other country?
I think one country is not self-sufficient in every aspect. So they should prefer importing, but they can like promote their local products as well. So like if in India, if you are not good in, like, Chinese products are imported every year, so it is cheap. So we should go for that. And in local brands as well, the government helps to promote them as well. So it totally depends on the customer. And I think it is important to import as well, because you are not self-sufficient in overall.
Alright. That was end of your part 3 and end of your speaking session as well.